Here we're asked to prove a trig identity here. To do that, we're going to make the left side look exactly like the right side because I'm basically just going to simplify this, and the goal is to make it equal to tangent x minus cotangent x. So first thing I'm going to do here, this is a little trick to help us sometimes when we see 2 cosine squared x. We can actually break that up just like 2x is the same thing as x plus x. 2 cosine x is just saying cosine squared x plus cosine squared x. The only difference on this one is that we're subtracting it. So what I'm going to change this to is I'm going to break this part up, but it's like -2, so they're both going to be negative. So I get 1 minus cosine squared x minus cosine squared x. And again, these things, after getting more and more practice, become easier to recognize. So in this case here, the reason that I would do that is because if I break this apart, we can see here 1 minus cosine squared x helps us by simplifying one of our trig identities. So we can use our Pythagorean trig identity to make this equal to sine squared x minus cosine squared x all over sine of x times cosine of x. So now we're on the right track here because we've simplified that. I'm going to break this apart into 2 different fractions here. Sine squared of x over sine x cosine x. And again, the reason I can do this is just like the reverse if I was subtracting these 2 things in green. Because I have a common denominator, I can put the 2 things on the top together. I'm just doing that backwards. So I originally had, sine squared x minus cosine squared x on the top. I just split that into 2 fractions. The reason that this is helpful is because now I can simplify. I have 2 signs on the top here. I can cancel that. I have 2 cosines on the top for this one. I can cancel that. And what I'm left with is a single sine over cosine minus a single cosine over sine, which I know are Pythagorean reciprocal functions. Sorry, not Pythagorean, the reciprocal trig functions. Sine cosine is tangent. Cosine over sine is cotangent. And that is originally what we wanted to equal. So we are finished proving this trig identity. So in this one, the 2 tricky parts were breaking up the 2 cosine squared and then making sure to break up this fraction here into 2 pieces. So if we can do those 2 things, there's only a couple steps to this one, and then we have proven.